Battlefield 6 launched with a bang. After months of anticipation, marketing, and hype, players finally got their hands on the next chapter in the legendary franchise, and the start was nothing short of immense. Streams were packed, multiplayer servers were buzzing, and social media was flooded with clips of massive battles, destructible environments, and chaotic squad based combat. For a brief moment, it felt like Battlefield had reclaimed its place at the top of the shooter hierarchy. But now, just 2.5 months later, a worrying trend is emerging. Despite that explosive start, Battlefield 6 appears to be losing momentum and fast. Call of Duty, on the other hand, has maintained steady engagement, consistent updates, and an ecosystem that continues to draw players in, making it look like it's quietly overtaking Battlefield in terms of player attention and long term traction. The contrast between the two franchises has never been clearer. Battlefield 6 has delivered the scale, vehicles, and destructible environments that fans crave, but sustaining that excitement over time is proving more difficult than anticipated. Server issues, balance problems, and persistent bugs have made some players question whether the franchise can live up to its reputation. Even with patches and content updates rolling out, Battlefield 6 is struggling to maintain the same energy it had during launch week. Players who were initially all in are now dipping out, and the social media buzz that once amplified the game's success is noticeably quieter. Meanwhile, Call of Duty continues to thrive, offering polished multiplayer, large scale modes like Ground War and Warzone integrations that provide long term engagement. Its ecosystem didn't just attract players, it keeps them coming back week after week, season after season. One of the biggest factors in this shift is consistency. Battlefield 6, despite its ambitious design, requires players to invest time into learning maps, coordinating squads, and adjusting to mechanics that weren't always perfectly implemented. That learning curve, combined with technical issues, has slowed momentum, especially among casual players who are quick to jump to the next polished experience. Call of Duty, by contrast, has perfected the art of reliable gameplay. Every new release, every seasonal update, and every mode feels like an evolution rather than a gamble. Players know exactly what they're getting, and that predictability, combined with polished combat and large scale modes, gives Call of Duty a distinct advantage in holding attention over time. Community perception also plays a huge role. Battlefield has always been seen as the ambitious cinematic franchise, one that pushes the boundaries of scale and chaos. But when ambition isn't matched with stability, players start to reconsider where their time is better spent. Call of Duty, once criticized for being formulaic, now benefits from a perception of reliability. It may not deliver the massive destruction of Battlefield, but it delivers consistency, content, and ongoing engagement. And in today's market, that's often more important than grand ambition. The result is a subtle but significant shift. Players who might have returned to Battlefield are now staying in Call of Duty's ecosystem, enjoying large scale maps, vehicles, and squad play that feel good enough without the risk of bugs or frustrating gameplay. The speed at which Battlefield 6 is losing momentum is particularly telling. 2.5 months in, the launch spike has declined faster than expected, and online activity has dropped noticeably in some regions. Compare that to Call of Duty, which continues to sustain player numbers across multiple modes, and the trend becomes undeniable. Battlefield 6 still has its moments: spectacular matches, satisfying vehicle combat, and destructible environments that few games can replicate. But momentum is king in today's gaming market. Call of Duty has it. Battlefield 6 is struggling to hold it, and that gap is only growing. To be clear, this doesn't mean Battlefield 6 is failing outright. There's a loyal fan base still deeply engaged with the franchise, and DICE is working hard to address issues and deliver content that fans want. But in the bigger picture, momentum drives perception, community growth, and long term engagement, and in that sense, Call of Duty is taking the lead. Battlefield 6 may still recover, but the early signs indicate that Call of Duty's consistent, reliable ecosystem is slowly but surely overtaking it in terms of active players, engagement, and influence. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you want to support the channel even more, check out my Patreon, where the latest exclusive video dives into 5 underrated retro games that are still absolutely worth playing today. The link to my Patreon is in the video description. Your support keeps content like this coming and gives you access to videos and insights you won't see anywhere else. Thanks for watching, and as always, game on.